Hello, and thanks for joining our webinar this afternoon. Today, we're going to look at how we can use integrations and automations to enhance your contact center experience for Microsoft Teams. So because we've built Nimbus on the native Microsoft Azure microservices environment, it allows us to leverage and harness the wider Microsoft ecosystem to improve the contact center experience within Teams. So within this, we can utilize tools like Power BI, Cognitive Services, Azure Communication Services, which are used in across our portfolio of products. But today we're really going to focus on the use of Power Automate. And this allows us to really leverage third-party CRM systems, database systems, and push and pull data from those systems to improve both the agent experience, but also the customer experience for contact centers in Microsoft Teams. Also with Power Automate, it allows us to, as the name suggests, to automate repetitive processes and provide timely notifications and insights to organizations, whilst also tying in the other Microsoft 365 tools that are available. So we're going to explore some of those use cases today in this webinar. We're going to look at how we can integrate into third-party CRMs like Dynamics, ServiceNow, and Salesforce. We're going to show you how we can pull information from those CRMs into Nimbus to provide timely insights and information to the agents about the incoming caller. We're going to show you how we can provide screen pops, how we can route calls based on information that the caller provides in the call flows, and also show you a couple of more niche use cases where we can use things like the Microsoft Teams channels, Teams messaging, but also the Teams Planner tool to really take that efficiency to the next level and really enhance Microsoft Teams as that central communications hub for all users. So for our first use case, I want to show you how we can use Microsoft Power Automate to notify supervisors in the contact center of various queue activity events. So what I'm showing you here is our My Sessions dashboard in Nimbus. This is designed to give both supervisors and users real-time queue management capabilities. So each of these columns are just showing queues or services that I've been assigned to. If we look at our London queue here, we can currently see that there are no callers in the queue and there are no agents available. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a call into this queue and I'm going to keep the agents available at 0. So this is effectively replicating a scenario where there are callers waiting in the queue, but there's no agents available to take that call. So in a call center environment, supervisors are most likely going to want to be notified of this kind of event. So I'm going to put a call into our London queue here using my mobile.
Thanks for calling Luware UK. Press 1 for our London office, 2 for our Nottingham office.
So this call is now coming into our London queue. You'll notice here that that caller is waiting. There's no agents available. And you'll also notice that I've just been sent a message by Microsoft Power Automate in Teams. So if I go to my messages here and I have a look at this message that's just been sent by Power Automate, what we've done here is we've set up an adaptive card to show us that there are no agents available. So Power Automate has notified us in real time that there's a caller in the queue and there are no agents available to handle that call. And it's essentially notifying us here to log some agents in to handle that call. So that's a really simple use case there. We could also build these alerts in to notify us when there are a certain amount of agents in the queue. So let's say the number of available agents drops to less than 5, or we have a certain number of callers in the queue. So let's say that suddenly there are more than 10 callers in the queue. So we can be quite bespoke around the parameters that we're setting for these notifications. But it's a really good tool to actually notify agents in supervisors in real time of these kind of events. For those customers that really want to use the Microsoft Teams channels and the Microsoft Planner tool to follow up on tasks that come from the contact center or follow up on voicemails that come in from the contact center, Nimbus allows you to pull information and pull call data from your contact center and put that information back into a Microsoft Teams channel or into a planner tool like the one I'm showing you here. So as a demonstration, what we've set up is a couple of different buckets for activities for users to follow up on. So we can offer a callback within the IVR. We can follow up on any callers that are coming into a new inquiries line, for example. And if they leave a voicemail, these voicemails will appear as audio files in this voicemail bucket. So what I'd like to show you now is how we would actually go about kind of putting a call into one of these tools. So again, I am in my services dashboard here. And now we're going to look at this search.ch showcase service here. So you'll notice again, we have no agents available. So this is simulating a scenario where we have no users available to take that call. So I'm going to put a call in with my mobile now and show you what happens when we put a call into a service when there are no agents available and how this can tie up with that planner page that we just looked at. So I'm going to put the call in.
Thanks for calling Luware UK. Press 1 for our London office, 2 for our Nottingham office, 3 for...
So we're going to go for the integrations line.
2 for Dynamics, 3 for search.ch.
So now there's a call in this service. You'll notice here that nobody's picking that up. There's no agents available. And now we'll get a prompt.
All of our agents are busy right now. Please press any key to leave a message or call back later.
Please call me back. So what I've done there is on my mobile phone, I've left a voice message in that service because there was nobody available. So it offered me the option to leave a voicemail. And I've just asked them to call me back in that voicemail. So if we go back to our Microsoft Teams channel here and we go into that call log, you'll notice now that we have a new task while I was away here. And that new task was essentially this voicemail that was just received here. So now I can go into this voicemail, I can download that voicemail, we can assign that task to somebody. We can obviously customize that a lot further from here, but hopefully that just shows you the capabilities that we have in Nimbus to align this and really harness the wider Microsoft kind of tool sets with things like the Teams channel and that planner tool. For our next use case, we're going to show you an integration with Microsoft Dynamics 365. So I'm in my sessions dashboard here in Nimbus. This is a dashboard that's designed to give me live real-time insights into the incoming callers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my call into our Dynamics line here using my mobile.
Thanks for calling Luware UK. Press 1 for our London office. Press 1 for Salesforce, 2 for Dynamics, 3.
So we're going to go through to our Dynamics line now. So you'll notice here what's going to happen is I'm going to be distributed that call. So I can see that call is now coming in from the Dynamics showcase. So I'm going to answer that call here. Now that I've answered this call, I'm in a standard Teams call. So I can transfer this call, I can put this call on hold, I can add people to this call. And if I go back to my sessions dashboard here, I'm able to see some real-time information about that incoming caller. So I can see that it's Kevin Martin calling in on our Dynamics Showcase line. I can see that he waited for 19 seconds in the queue here. And this caller information tile is going to show us some information from Dynamics around his email address, his company, his department, and that's pulling that all from Dynamics. And finally, we're able to use this context button to configure a screen pop of Dynamics against that incoming call record. So I'm going to press that context button. In my browser, that is now loading up the contact record for Kevin Martin in Dynamics. So I can see here, so that's loaded up the contact record for Kevin Martin. So I'm able to see all of his information, and now I'm in the relevant CRM record. This could also pop a search for all organizations or all accounts against that incoming caller, but here we're popping the contact record. So I'm now going to call into this Dynamics Showcase again, but you'll notice now that there are no agents available because I've logged myself out. So in this scenario, what we're going to offer the caller if there's nobody available is a callback option. But instead of putting that callback into the contact center, what we're going to do is we're going to use that to trigger a task in Dynamics for somebody to call that person back. So we're putting that callback task in Dynamics. So this will be useful for those organizations that want to centralize their tasks in their CRM system. So I'm putting a call into Dynamics here. You'll now notice that my mobile, Kevin Martin in this occasion, is now waiting in the queue. So he's waiting in the queue.
Press any key if you want us to call back. An agent will call you back soon.
So because there was nobody available, that triggered an option for the caller to press any key to receive a callback. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the Dynamics record for Kevin Martin, and I'll show you that callback appearing there. So if I just pull the Kevin Martin contact record across now, you'll now see at 9:39 a.m., which is when I'm recording this, or when I put that callback in, we now have a task in Dynamics for somebody to call Kevin Martin back. So of course, these callbacks can be assigned to the account manager of that record. That is now just a task that's been automated in Dynamics. So you can do whatever you like with that task in Dynamics. So I'm back in my Sessions dashboard here. And now I'd like to show you a integration possibility with HubSpot. So we're going to put a call in. We're going to pop the relevant HubSpot record and show some information about that incoming caller in HubSpot. But once that call is finished, we're going to show you how we can use adaptive cards to actually make the agent's life a bit easier to complete any follow-up tasks that they might regularly have after a call. So I'm going to put this call in to our HubSpot line here. So this call is now coming into me from the HubSpot line. I can see that's being distributed to me via the HubSpot Showcase. I can answer this call here. So I'm now in this call. Obviously, I can do everything that I can do with a normal Teams call in here. I can transfer that call still. In my Sessions dashboard, I can see the name of the caller, the incoming caller. I can see how long they queued for. I can see some information from HubSpot here. If we use this context button, this time this is going to pop out the relevant record in HubSpot. So I can see here that this is Bob Blogg's HubSpot record. So I can see his details, his job title, the owner, the mobile number. We can see any deals that Bob Blogs is a part of. So we've got the screen pop with HubSpot there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang this call up on my mobile. I'm going to exit HubSpot there. I'm going to hang this call up on my mobile here, and I want you to watch out for the notification that comes through here from Power Automate. So I'm going to hang that call up now. So you'll notice now that I've just been sent a message in Power Automate asking me to choose an option. So if I go to my Teams messages and I look at my Power Automate messages now, it's going to ask me to finish my call with Bob Logs. So you can see here it's giving me a few options in this adaptive card. So it's giving me the option to send a welcome email, to send a survey email, or to create a follow-up meeting. And all of these can trigger further actions either in HubSpot or in the Microsoft ecosystem. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask, we're going to say, let's send a survey email. So this is a follow-up customer satisfaction survey to Bob Blogs. Okay. And now that I've sent that email, it's going to let me know that that survey has been sent. And in my emails now, I've just been sent an email saying you've had a call with the agent that you had a call with in the HubSpot showcase. And can you please rate your experience in that call here? And that's taking us to a link in Microsoft Forms asking us to rate our conversation. So hopefully that shows you how we can actually help streamline that after call process. If there are regular kind of surveys that need to be sent out or follow-up emails or just marketing information, then we can automate some of that process to make that really easy and repeatable for the agent in team. I'm now going to show you how we can integrate a simple CRM like Salesforce into Nimbus. So I'm going to put a call in here via my mobile phone to our UK service line and show you how that experience looks from an agent perspective and where the integration comes into play. So I'm sitting in my Sessions dashboard here. I'm waiting to receive a call. As that call comes in, I can see that call coming in the Teams call pop-up toast that will appear wherever I am on my desktop. It will tell me the name of the service line before I answer that call. So I'll answer that call now. And when I've answered that call, I'm just in a standard Teams call. So in terms of viewing information from Salesforce, we've got a couple of options. We can view that information in the My Sessions dashboard here. We can see the name of that live caller. We can see how long they waited for. We can see some more information from Salesforce about that caller here in the My Sessions dashboard. But we can also use our conversation context option, which will allow us to screen pop the Salesforce record for that incoming contact. So we could screen pop a search of existing results, search of cases, opportunities. In this scenario, we're just screen popping the contact record of my mobile number. And now if we look at this Salesforce record, we'll be able to see exactly when that person's called in before, because we're creating an automatic call log of every time that caller comes in. And we can also create triggers or actions in Salesforce dependent on other actions coming out of Nimbus. So whether that's a callback request, whether that's a missed call notification, we've got all of that information now logged in Salesforce, and that information is immediately available to the agent via that conversation context screen pop. Finally, I'd like to show you an integration with ServiceNow. So a lot of our customers use Nimbus for their service desks, and a very popular ticketing tool is obviously ServiceNow. So what we've done is we've created a use case here where a caller can decide in the IVR whether they're calling about to raise a new ticket or whether they're calling about an existing ticket. So I'll take you through both of those use cases now. So I'm going to put a call in here to our ServiceNow line, and it's going to ask me if I'm calling about a new ticket or an existing ticket. The first option I'm going to press is new ticket, and I'm going to show you the integration possibilities when a caller selects the new ticket option. So I'm going to put this call in now via my mobile.
.ch 4 for ServiceNow. 5 for HubSpot. Welcome to your service desk. Please press 1 for new ticket. 2 for existing ticket. Thank you. I created a new ticket. Please wait until you get connected to an agent.
So what the IVR has done there is it's created a new ticket automatically in ServiceNow. So as an agent now taking this call, I can answer the call coming in from the ServiceNow showcase. as I normally would. In my sessions dashboard here, I can see that it's Daryl Talk calling in. Obviously, we have that information from ServiceNow. I can see all of the normal caller information. Now, if I press this context button, instead of just popping out Daryl Talk's contact record in ServiceNow, what this is going to do is this is going to pop out that new ticket record that has just been created in the IVR. So I'm going to press that context button now, and you'll notice that this is going to pop a brand new ticket, instance ending in 60, and all of that information is now ready to be inputted by me. So he's created a new ticket in the IVR, and now I'm able just to start filling in that information. Okay, so that's really going to speed up that process, and it should eliminate a lot of that back and forth when that call is first answered. So the next scenario is calling about an existing ticket. So before I put another call in here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you Daryl's record in ServiceNow here. So you'll notice that we've got a couple of existing open tickets here. So we've got this ticket number ending in 40. So I'm going to put another call into our ServiceNow line with my mobile.
Salesforce. 2 for Dynamics. Welcome to your service desk. Please press 1 for new ticket, 2 for existing ticket. Please type in the 7-digit ticket number.
So this time I'm going to type in the 7-digit ticket number that was on that ticket. So 00100040. So I'm calling about this existing ticket.
Please wait until you get connected to an agent.
It's now able to validate whether that's a correct ticket number or whether it's the correct number of digits. You'll notice this call is now coming into the service desk again. I can see as an agent answering this call that it's Daryl Talk here. So I'm going to answer that call. Now that I've answered this call, I'm going to go to my active call with Daryl Talk here. And then this context button here, what this is going to do is it's now going to pop open that existing ticket record. So I know exactly which ticket it is that he's calling about, and you'll notice that when I do that screen pop, it's now popping up the search for that ticket record there. So now I can just go into that existing ticket and update that ticket accordingly. So by asking the caller for certain information within the IVR and giving them options, we can actually start to kind of make that process more efficient. And this won't just work in ServiceNow, this will work across any of our CRM integrations. And it's really going to offer some more efficiencies and some automation in your call flows. Thank you very much for tuning into the demo today. All of the integrations that I've shown you are possible with any of the authorized CRM Power Automate connectors that Microsoft have published. And if there's a CRM that is a bit more niche to where there isn't a Power Automate connector, we can use the Power Automate REST API to integrate into other cloud-based databases or CRM systems. So hopefully these use cases have kind of captured your imagination, but if there's any kind of specific requirements that are of interest, please get in touch and we can talk through those. But yeah, thank you for joining and hope you enjoyed the webinar.